Hello and good evening to everyone tuning in live on YouTube this evening to Farnham Town versus Horley Town in the Premier Challenge Cup first round. A largely rotated side for Farnham today, but we'll come on to the teams very shortly. But I'm glad to be joined by the development team management manager, Daryl Evans. Daryl, tonight is a big night for a lot of your players. 8 involved, 4 from the start. Who should we be looking out for, and what are you expecting from some of your boys tonight?
Oh well, thanks for the intro. Great opportunity for the lads tonight, and a couple of lads that we should be looking out for is got left back Joe Goddard, 16-year-old. We've got Sam Swan coming in, 18, 19 years old, in the middle of the park. It's Mike Kinsella, and also in the centre of midfield you've got Shay Fahey, very dynamic player, a lot of energy, but overall even the guys that are on the bench tonight have got a great opportunity to prove themselves for the club.
Yeah, most of the development squad players that are involved tonight were part of your title-winning squad from last season. How have your boys settled into life in their new division this campaign?
Well, it's a difficult one. I think there's about 3 Step 5 clubs in that Suburban Premier League with 90% of the teams in there on full time. As you're aware, we are a Step 5 club, but we are punching way above our weight, which is great. The boys have adapted really well. We've picked up just 1 point out of the 6 games, but that's not due through the fact of holding our own in those games. We've been playing against the likes of, we've had Woking twice, Bromley, these key academies in the National League, which, we were expected to try and, as a free hit, but we have got things out of it. So, and most of all, I think it's the experience for the guys, which has given them a great opportunity today to be out here with the first team, and I have no doubt they will do themselves proud.
Yeah, the players involved tonight have obviously been impressing for you over the last few weeks and months. But unfortunately, with the form Farnham have had in the first team in the league and cups especially, it's been hard to provide them with a huge amount of opportunity. But tonight presents one of those. As I said, 4 from the start. Against the Horley side, what I think is going to be a pretty full strength Horley side in the cup. So it'll be a good test for those boys against a senior Step 5 opposition. I
think it will be a great opportunity for sure, and most importantly, we've done extremely well, and I think they want us to read out the teams, Mike. So I'll hand that over to you, and we'll come back to that one.
Yeah, the teams are on their way out. As we mentioned, 4 changes for Farnham Town in terms of additional development squad players. So in goal, we've got Pat Nash, 2 at right back, Harry Davis, 4 Michael Kinsella, 5 Sam Swan, 3 Joe Goddard. In midfield we have 6 Shay Fahey and 8 Matthew Sermon. In attack we have 7 Owen Dean, 13 Lewis Flatman, 20 Kai Tanner, and leading the line is number 9 Charlie Postance. And then on the bench for Farnham Town this evening, 4 more of Daryl's boys. We have number 14 Jack Knight, 15 Rao de Bunsen, 16 Toby Sherman, and 18 Toby Snell. And Darryl, as we said, the guys on the bench should hopefully have an impact to play today, and what's probably going through their minds, eager to make that impact.
I think obviously they're really excited to be part of it, but also really relishing the opportunity to get out there and show what they're capable of. I think the guys will be getting the final touches. Their nerves will be kicking in. There's no point in us saying they're not going to happen that way. But I think most importantly, I think they've got some maturity, but also some real good talent on the pitch that will help them stay grounded and hopefully allow them to express their full potential.
Yeah, everyone at the club is excited to see what these boys have to offer, and playing alongside a number of established first team players. Hopefully their experience will bring them along for sure. Looks like we've got a decent attendance here tonight. If I had to guess, probably in the high hundreds, maybe edging up to 200. So yeah, a good attendance for a good cause tonight. Free entry here at the Memorial Ground with a donation to the Farnham Food Bank, who are our front of shirt partners. Always looking to do as much as we can to support the local community. So thank you to everyone that has donated this morning and this afternoon to the food bank. And the coin toss is just going on now. We'll be moments away from kick-off for a Premier Challenge Cup first round tie here against Horley Town. Looks like we're swapping ends. Don't often see that. So Farnham will be kicking towards the clock ends in the first half, which is what we typically do in the second half. So yeah, an interesting change going on there. Not unsure of the tactics behind that. Is that something you would do, Darryl, as a manager?
Well, I think it's one thing you have to look at is how can you throw a spanner in the works before you've even kicked off, right? And it's, you know, it's a great opportunity for them to get them firing in the second half up against the clock end. But I have no doubt the clock end will do us proud and ensure that they will keep us as the 12th man today. So.
Yeah, very much looking forward to this one as the teams just sort of settle into their shapes. Owen Dean, captain tonight for Farnham Town, obviously a graduate of the youth team here at Farnham, has established himself as a first team regular. You know, he will be the use case and the inspiration for, you know, the several development side players that are involved today as you know, the sort of path to follow, so to speak.
Yeah, and when you look at the likes of Jack and you've got Kai and the boys around here, they're even some of the development lads, they're friends outside of this, so it's not going to be that alien to them, but it is a step up, and hopefully the boys will do themselves proud. So let's over to kick off then.
Referee just checking with his officials and marking his watch. And we're underway here at the Memorial Ground for some cup action on Tuesday night. As Lewis Flatman launches it long, looking for Charlie Postance, the big number 9. He'll be definitely looking to win a number of those aerial challenges this afternoon.
It'll be great to see how that link play happens now through Charlie up front with the likes of Shay and the Flatters, Owen and Kai coming through on that. So we'll see how that works. That'll be quite nice.
Yeah, obviously the Farnham team is sort of front-loaded with senior players, so there'll be a lot of, not so much pressure, but, expectation and the light on the younger players behind them to sort of provide the passes and make those key balls forward.
Yeah, which also provides an opportunity for relief when the ball goes forward with that experience up front. They'll be able to hold it up and do that link play, which will give us that opportunity for sometimes a good opportunity for relief at the back there if needed.
Horley just moving up the pitch here down the left-hand side with a couple of throw-ins in succession, but Harry Davis does well to put that one into touch. But an opportunity to potentially load it into the box here. Ball comes in, lands at the feet of the striker, but it's cleared, and Kaitana now has a chance to break. He's clipped it long to no one, no runners there. Farnham typically, like in the first team, typically have their fullbacks push on quite high. Obviously for Joe and Harry today, they've got a lot of running ahead of them. What's their typical game?
Well, they are very much wing backs, sort of fullbacks areas for us as well. So they're not scared of that opportunity. As you can see, there's the first opportunity for Harry there to prove himself. Unfortunate foul. Don't think there was anything malicious in that. He's just got their feet tangled, but hopefully that will settle his nerves now he's had his first opportunity back there.
Yeah, it looked like he just evaded the ball there and the attacker just got a toe to it. But that's presented Horley with the opportunity here to potentially have a shot on goal or put the ball into the box and try and manufacture an opportunity. It could be the first bit of goal-mouth action we've seen tonight. Yeah,
first bit of pressure, and let's see how the boys, especially with our young defence now, let's see how they cope with this.
Who's deep there, boys? Who's coming from deep?
It's well headed away there. Looks like Sam Swan heading that away.
Yeah, it was Swanee. Does that job at the front post great for us as well. So yeah, let's see how.
Quick throw-in taken by Horley, looking to catch Farnham off guard. Ball's come back in, headed out by Kinsella, but it's fallen to the edge of the box. And it's driven a couple of yards wide, but first little bit of danger there from Farnham, but they've dealt with it well, especially from a set piece.
You can see there's a little bit of caginess in the young boys at the back, but I think it'll take maybe 1 or 2 more minutes for them to settle into it. I've got Kinsella there, sort of strong, wise head that's going to keep them all in check.
Yeah, Michael has been short of minutes in the first team due to the form of the players ahead of him, and also he's been coming back from a bad knee injury last season, so he's been slowly reintegrated into the side. But yeah, he is the experienced head at the back. He's going to be the one marshalling the young players around him. So yeah, a lot of eyes on him tonight as well.
A lot of space here out on the right.
Number 7 for Horley is on the edge of the box. closed down by Goddard, and Pat Nash claims. Looking to distribute quickly, and he does. Launches it forward towards Owen Dean, but he doesn't challenge for the ball.
Harry there with the foot in, just slightly here. Joe winning the ball.
Charlie's just offside there, but looks like the referee's going to let it play through to the keeper. Horley's side is one that's doing well in the Combined Counties Premier Division South. I believe they're fourth at the moment as we enter October, which is really good considering they were down near the bottom last season. I think narrowly avoiding relegation with a game or two to spare. But they'll be looking to cause an upset tonight. Farnham haven't lost yet in the league.
And they'll take that as well, mate. They come here not to just, even though it doesn't matter what has been said out on social media, or yes, we might be playing a younger squad. We say this in all other clubs.
But
it's an opportunity for them to try and come here and get something on the team.
Yeah, Kai looking to play Charlie in there, the clip ball over the top, but the defender just nudges him out of the way, and it's behind for a goal kick.
Just looking at that phase of play there with Joe at the back, that'll settle his confidence. 2 or 3 balls now come straight through to him. He's dealt with it well, had really good coaching there from Kinsella, just encouraging him well.
Yeah, just on Joe, obviously he was named the 18s Development Player of the Year last year. Obviously really impressed in our setup, and now he's playing more minutes for you in the 23s. That's Horley attack here, but it's well dealt with by the young defence.
Yeah, that's good.
As Harry Davis looks to clear. But yeah, Joe, I mean, obviously he's been involved in your team now for the first few weeks of the season. How's he settled in, moving up into the 23s?
Well, like a duck to water. I mean, he was 16 on the 4th of August. As soon as he turned that age and he was eligible to play for us, we snipped him up. He's played every minute for me at the moment. It's been one of the most consistent, and obviously I would say one of the, provides even such a young head on his shoulders and maturity in his footballing game, showing right through. And just that great piece of play there by Harry, that will settle his nerves the way he turned that inside, and a good header away.
Yeah. Pot shot there from Horley, well saved by Pat Nash at his near post. Poorly cleared, but the volley is lashed over the bar on the rebound, which requires a new ball from below us. But yeah, another opportunity there for Horley, who are looking to have the better of the attacking phases so far. Farnham probably just need to settle on the ball and look to move it around and maintain their shape a bit more. And in midfield, alongside Matt Sermon, who himself has been lacking in game time for Farnham this year, again largely due to the success of the players in front of him. So it's a big opportunity for him. But alongside him is Shay, who I know is a player very close to your heart. Has been a key player for you. Last season and this, was your player of the year last year. How are you hoping he settles in tonight?
I think he'll settle in really well. His energy will outdo everything else. He's not only just close, he has the potential to do a lot more. But we're on a break here. We'll just have a look, see how these.
Horley again looking to attack down the left-hand side, and they're in. But it's well dealt with there by Swanee.
Great defending by Sam Swan there.
It's gone out for a corner.
It was good cover. I can see we're getting caught slightly on that right-hand side, so it's maybe something that Harry may need to look at, maybe dropping in that little bit deeper to try and stop that overlap that's happening.
Yeah, he'll likely be coming up against runs and a type of physicality that he might not have faced in youth football so far, but he's coping reasonably well. The ball was played in. It's cleared.
Sam Swan again with the header.
Another header there from a set piece. Ball's coming back in on the second phase. Well cleared by Pat Nash, and the attempted goal goes well over the goal, sorry. But again, Farnham dealing well with set pieces. Maybe that's a tactic for Horley this season, looking to make opportunities from dead balls, but Farnham have been equal to it, especially Sam Swan there at the back.
Yeah, first sort of 8 minutes, 90% of the possession and has been in our half, but that will give us opportunity for our lads. Opportunity to settle into it now. There's Jono's definitely delivered some hard words there, that he's not happy with a few things at the moment, so we'll see how that changes.
Josh, left shoulder. Josh has got 2.
You decide, Joe. Work the line in, mate. You decide.
Josh is there. Harry, that's you, isn't it?
Flatman wins the header on, but Horley deal with it well.
Oh.
Dean is just beaten there, and there's some space down the left side. Oh, the Horley player appears to have pulled up with an injury. And the Farnham are going to put the ball out here sportingly. Hopefully that's not a bad injury there for the Horley left back.
It looked like a complete hamstring gone there for me, just from my experience.
Pulled up while running. Yeah, hopefully it's nothing too serious. But it could be an early change here for the visitors.
First sort of 7, 8 minutes, 9 minutes. What's your thoughts, Mike? What do you think? Where do you think where we're going?
I think it's taken a bit of time for our lads to settle. Understandably, the young boys coming in will probably have been a little bit nervous. It's a big night for them. But this is where you'd expect the first team players to settle people down and calm them down. And they've just got to trust their ability on the ball and move it around a little bit more. We're trying to go from front to back probably a little bit too quickly. It's not quite sticking at the moment, and Horley have had a couple of opportunities, mainly from set pieces, to test the keeper, and Pat's had to make a couple of saves and a couple of punches. But yeah, Farnham, they probably just need to get their foot on the ball and just move it around and trust the quality they have, because they definitely do have it.
Yeah, and I would say that, how we're not happy, and I know Jono clearly by what he's just said to the guys on the field, he's not quite happy with the first sort of 7, 8 minutes of play. However, what he will do is give the confidence to the younger boys who are mostly playing at the back that they can deal with the pressure, and it is a constant pressure. So straight away they haven't had a breather. So there will be a sub, and I'll hand it to you.
Substitution for Horley there. The left back has been injured. Owen Ansell, number 3, he's leaving the play, and to be replaced by number 15, Bailey McCarthy. As we just eclipsed 10 minutes played on this fairly warm October evening. Yeah, it's Farnham 0, Horley Town 0 in the Premier Challenge Cup first round. Farnham haven't been used to defeats this season. Only one defeat, and that was suffered at the hands of Chesham United, who were leading Step 3 at the time. They've won every league game, they've won every Vars game, so they wouldn't want to lose tonight, although the opening exchanges have definitely been very much in the balance, so to speak. Horley coming forward again, looking down that left-hand side, but Shea makes a great tackle.
I think we're a bit slow getting out at the moment. I don't think Jono's going to be happy with that transition.
Kinsella clears it long. Charlie looks to get there, and he does. Holding it up down the left side. He's got Kai Tanner in support.
Got Owen Dean coming in back post here.
Squares it across to Matthew Sermon. He plays it out wide to Joe Goddard. Looks to play across.
It's a great ball in by Joe.
Aiming for Flatman. Can't get the header on target, but a first bit of patterned play there for Farnham, getting in down the left and bringing other players in. Nice to see that after a pretty slow first 10 minutes.
And that's it. You can see now the guys are settling into it really well. Shea getting on the ball, winning ball back there. Harry playing the ball into the middle, with even Joe putting in the cross in the final. So yeah, good work all round.
Horley playing it out at the back. Trying to move the Farnham midfield from side to side to find some space. And as Farnham have been like in the league, they'll be happy for their opposition to knock the ball around in their own half. That presents no threat to their goal. But when it looks to move forward, that's when they'll activate the press.
Yeah, and it's that press that we have to work together, not in silo. We've got to work together in the teams that Jono would have stipulated in the change room. So it's key that message is then fulfilled right through the squad.
Ball over the top has evaded Harry Davis, but he's recovered very well to put the ball out of play and deny a goal-scoring opportunity there.
Yeah, just over his fringe, which he won't be happy about, but his recovery was really good.
Well played, boys. Keep it going.
Well cleared there by Kai Tanner, looking for Charlie. Unable to hold it down. Let's play back to the keeper. The Horley management side will be intrigued to see what happens this evening. We actually travel to Horley next weekend on the 14th of October in a league game. Obviously, the Farnham team will likely be very different to the one we see tonight, but the Horley side will be much the same, and Farnham will probably look to play in a similar sort of way. So there'll be a lot of things that we're looking to pick up ahead of that game.
Yeah, it's a good tactical way for Jono to have a look at it, try a different system tonight, give the younger boys opportunity, but he'll definitely take things away.
Kaitana has just latched onto a ball there, driving down the left, and it's knocked out for a Farnham throw.
It's just not sticking for us at the moment. I think we're winning the balls, we're picking up the second pieces, but we're just not interlinking and making those phases of play come through. So I think that's one thing Jono will have to get the message in on.
Lewis Flatman going over to take the throw in. He does have a particularly long throw on him, as we've seen in some of Farnham's league games. So he'll be looking to put this into the 6-yard box. Charlie Postons there has positioned himself at the near post for a potential flick on, and there are a number of lads there queuing up for the second ball. Flatman launches the throw. Charlie can't quite get on the end of the flick on, but it's fallen at the edge of the box here. Owen Dean can't quite get hold of the ball, but Shea wins it back. Evades a couple of challenges. And again, ooh, he just loses out there, but positive play nonetheless.
Yeah, you'll get that from Shea, that energy. He won't give up until he finally knows it's over.
Yeah, I think he scored 2 at the weekend for you.
Yeah, he's always in and around the goals, and what I like about him is the way he just follows that third man running. He comes in, people can't keep hold of him. Always available, looking for that second phase of play, which is quite nice.
And speaking of goals, I think Rao on the bench, he's your top scorer this season. I think he's got 3. What type of player is he?
I mean, you've got him and Frankie who are key for us on the Saturday. We do really well in that side of it, and we haven't been dry for goals. One thing we have got is that his biggest asset, I would say, is his hold-up play and what he's like in the air. You won't see a better leap, I don't think, outside of, especially in our league anyway. The guy's phenomenal.
Well, yeah, in the second half, we'll be looking forward to seeing, hopefully all 4 of the development team players introduced and play a role tonight, regardless of what the score is. Tonight's game is only 90 minutes, no extra time, no replay in the Premier Challenge Cup. So if it's a draw at 90 minutes, we're straight to a penalty shootout. Any of your boys taking many penalties for you?
Yeah, we've had, just watch this one through and then I'll answer that question for you there.
Farnham potentially looking for a counter here. Long ball was well read by Joe Goddard, and now it's with Shea. Clips it over the top for Charlie. Ooh, tight offside call, but the right idea, looking to release the big number 9 through.
Yeah, it was the right idea, just Charlie didn't quite hold that run to where it was. But yeah,
despite Charlie's frame, he does play off the shoulder quite a bit. He scored quite a few goals for Farnham this season. I think he's got 5 or 6, largely off the bench, but it's not all in the air. He does like to play off the shoulder. Looks like there's a player down here for Farnham. And looks like it's Michael Kinsella, the sort of the veteran leader at the back. He's getting up there,
yeah,
which is great to see. Obviously last year he wasn't with us, but he suffered a pretty bad knee injury that ruled him out for the entirety of last season. But he's been with us and he's played a few games and has given his all for the club since coming in.
Yeah, even last year, I think the commitment of the guy who stayed round all year helped out the younger lads. I see him at training, offering up a little bit of coaching and mentoring, even at that level. So it's good.
And Michael's a player who, he was part of the Chertsey team that won the FA Vase a few years ago. So he's played in big games, had big moments. So that experience, he should look to impart that on the young players around him, and you can see him there clapping and encouraging the players. It's been a good performance, relatively so far. We're closing in on 18 minutes played. It's still 0-0. Farnham are slowly growing into this game, and hopefully there are more chances to come in the attacking third as Charlie wins a flick on there, but it's sent straight back the other way.
Yes, good. Oh.
Well read there by Joe Goddard, that left back to intercept the raking cross. And Shea plays it into Kai, plays a little reverse. Right idea again, good patterns, but just maybe a pass that was maybe a little bit too firm for Shea to really bring into his control.
Well, I think that's where that opportunity is going to come. These boys have not played together before. They always want to try and impress and give that a little bit too much energy. So hopefully you'll just slow that down and and it'll come through. But yeah, great phase of play, coming back from Joe at the back there, taking it down and playing straight through the midfield. So that's much better signs from the young boys, as well as the team now growing into it, Mike.
Yeah, this is the first look I've had this season of Horley as well, and I imagine a lot of their first team are playing as they come in behind here. It's a low shot, but Pat Nash is equal to it. Fairly tame effort in the end. But yeah, Horley Town doing well in the league, 4th in the table. Like I said, first I've had a chance to look at them, and first that many Farnham fans have had a chance to look at Horley this season. We beat them home and away last year, but they definitely look like a more improved outfit this term, based on the performance we've seen so far. Long ball up for Charlie, he wins the flick on, and Kai's in behind, but a great challenge there at the back by the Horley defender to just deny Kai an opportunity to let off a shot.
Yeah, Kai was nearly in there. Great anticipation by Kai.
Kai was a member of Farnham development teams of years past, but went off to Sutton United a few years ago to join their setup. Returned this summer. He's had to wait patiently for opportunities in the first team. We've got a lot of forwards who are all in good form, but he's impressed off the bench when he's got the chance. He scored in the win in the Vars against Millbrook the last time Farnham played at home, and he's been given the chance to start tonight. So he's of a similar age to many of the players, Darryl, that have come in from your side. So he too will be looking to make a name for himself today.
I think that you see Kai's quality and where he's come in before, but he's got that. He's got that drive, but also you can see. Here we go, Alan. Here we go. We've got an opportunity here.
So lax pass from Servan after some good play in midfield to get the space. It's just bouncing around. And Flay looks to shoot. Ooh. Flay does like a pot shot from range when it sits up for him nicely, and the ball has been moved out wide. Flay reverses the ball in.
Back
and
post.
It just evades everyone.
Is it in? Owen Dean.
And
back
it's
post.
in! It's Owen Dean! It's a great cross from Kai Tanner. The ball looked dead, and he managed to hook it back in towards the back post. And Owen Dean, he's got a great leap on him, and he managed to rise above the defender at the back post to head home from close range. And it's Farnham Town 1, Horley Town 0.
Yeah, and you can definitely see that boys are settling in now, get that opportunity, and ruthless in front of goal. But all came from constant possession play.
So Farnham Town 1-0 to the good, and that really will settle them down. The goal just after the 20-minute mark. Farnham had looked cagey, hadn't looked terribly confident on the ball, but had small moments. But that will settle them down, taking the lead as they have done in pretty much every game this season. And that should relax them. That should really relax them now. And especially for the young lads, they've got a lead to protect. Maybe that gives them a little bit of more encouragement to defend a bit harder, dig a bit deeper. And yeah, a win will look great for them.
Oh, 100%, that confidence all straight away. You've seen them, and there was one there when the goal went in. There was no first team versus under 23s there. They're all in there straight together. So, no, lovely to see.
Horley again knocking it around nicely. They definitely had the most possession of the two sides tonight, but find themselves a goal down, potentially against the run of play, given the amount of opportunities they've been able to manufacture. And they're in down here, down the left. The ball's played across, but again, Pat Nash claims. And Pat, he's been in the first team throughout this season, the back end of last year when he joined us. But Pat himself is only 18, 19 years old. He hasn't played a huge amount of men's football, but he's out here as one of the leaders tonight, really.
Yeah, and you can see that they're trying to overrun us on that right-hand side. It's about 3 or 4 occasions now. We're unfortunate, nothing through Harry's misfortune, but they've had the phase of play down there that's sort of caught them out. But we've been right to it, and we've held our own. And Sam Kinsella in there just got the balls away. So, and with Pat's experience, you say, yes, he is only 18, 19 years old, but his footballing ability and his maturity just shines right through.
Yeah, for all of Horley's possession so far, as they come here and down the left, and it's well dealt with again by Shea. The Farnham defence, the young Farnham defence, has managed to keep a lot of the play in front of them. Haven't been turned, haven't been running back to goal under pressure, which is good to see. And yeah, Farnham now looking to slow the play down. Pat on the ball. imagine he might look to go long to Charlie here and get some flick-ons and try and create a phase of play that way.
Yeah, just seeing Harry there kick the ball into space, you can see he's beating himself up a little bit. He just needs to grow into it and just play a bit of football. That's what we want.
And Charlie's won the ball back nicely there with a nice header. He strikes it. Oh, and it's his blushes have just about been spared as it's just gone out for a corner. Looked like it was going to go out for a throw-in for a long time, but the Farnham, asking for a corner there, as I think the shot was potentially deflected as Charlie was challenged there before he took the strike.
Yeah, I definitely 100% think that was a corner. I don't think, Charlie's not going to be happy with that, given as a goal kick, as a shot on target for sure.
About halfway through the first half here, it's Farnham Town 1, Horley Town 0 in the Premier Challenge Cup first round. Goal scored for Farnham by Owen Dean, getting on the end of a Kai Tanner cross. So a homegrown goal there for the town as they look to progress in the League Cup here tonight. A rotated side. We've got 4 of Darrell's development squad players, and they've all acquitted themselves really well, I think, so far.
Yeah, definitely holding their own. This is nice. The Horley manager's not happy. Even though they've got the possession, they don't seem to be doing anything with it.
Ball's played into the Horley striker there, but Sam shapes him up well. It's gone wide. Goddard one-on-one. Can't deny the cross, but Kinsella heads it away, and now Farnham have a chance to clear. It comes back the other way, although all the Horley attackers are all offside, so Harry Davis has all the time in the world to find a pass.
13, look at the 13.
Oh, and he's given it away there. I think a bit of miscommunication with him and the midfielder he was looking for.
Yeah, Shea run off there. Should have come short, but turned in.
Horley again on the attack on the edge of the box. Just can't quite get the space to shoot. That's nicely done. Nicely done. Oh, it's down on the side. Someone's got to close them down, and they do. And it's a corner to Horley.
Yeah, Kinsella's not happy there. Not happy. Ball was given away by Harry.
And nor should he. Farnham had the chance to clear multiple times there earlier in the move, but were unable to. And now they've got another set piece to deal with. But so far, with the corners we've seen so far, Farnham have headed them away and dealt with the problems safely. Sam Swan, most importantly, has been the guy that's been nodding them away. Maybe he can do so again here. He's there at the front post again. As the ball comes in, and it's long, it's overhit. And Farnham now looking to get out of their own box, and it's gone straight out for a throw-in. And Farnham let off the hook there a little bit.
Yeah, off the hook, and I think, Harry, you can see by his persona here, he's not happy with his first sort of 20, 25 minutes, but I think that's a little bit of pressure. He's had 90% of the plays come down that right-hand side against him, so nothing he's doing. We just need that few simple passes now to get him on the ball, to build his confidence a little.
Yeah, but so far, a lot of the pressure has come down his side, as we said, but we sit here at 27 minutes played. Hasn't really let up a big chance. We haven't let in a goal, so he can be pretty happy with his night's work so far.
Look at their 8, Harry.
Let's find and play it back here to Pat. Out to Kinsella. He's clipped it forward for Kai, but gets under it quite a little bit. And it's intercepted by the right back. Great challenge there by Shea to deny a potential counter.
What's he doing, ref? He can't be doing that, can he?
And Kai Tanner's going into the book there for running across the line of the throw-in there, denying them from taking it quickly. Possibly a bit harsh. He stayed in the field of play the whole time, but the referees, as we've seen in the Premier League and so on and so forth, they're cranking down on time-wasting actions, of which that technically falls under.
I would call that a footballing incident. They would call it unsportsmanship behaviour, I would suggest.
Yeah, I think there's a group of people that would call that the dark arts, stepping across your man. It's no different to standing 2 feet away from a quick free kick, is it? And not all of those are given as bookings, even if you are backing away.
Well, that's where we need that consistency, mate, I think.
There's a throw in here to Horley, and they've manoeuvred it well. But it's come back into the middle. Farnham looking to get out from the edge of their own box. Farnham would be happy for Horley to have the ball in these sorts of areas. Not really posing a threat. But they've definitely looked to get down both wings when they've had the opportunity to. But so far, the two young fullbacks have acquitted themselves reasonably well.
Yeah, we'd definitely be happy. That was a shoulder to shoulder. I can't see how that was giving them a foul, but here we go. We've got to have that little bit. And one thing I was
taken there.
Yeah, we will be happy for them, and John will be happy for them to have the ball there, Mike, for sure. But what we can't have is allow them to keep that ball, and we don't press as a group when that trigger point comes on board. So I think we have to look at that opportunities and not let them just take advantage of the ball and have it for as long as they want. We have to try and nick it at times, trying to put that little bit of pressure on them to make that decision.
Another set piece here for Horley. They've had quite a few. Not many of them have resulted in shots on goal, but hopefully that changes here, they'll be thinking. But again, it's well headed away this time by Matthew Sermon. And Farnham clear the second phase as well. Kai plays it inside to Shea. Oh, and the pass just evades Charlie, who was in acres of space. It was the right idea from Shea, and he holds his hand up to apologise, but he should be applauded for the thinking.
This is where they'll be happy to have it, Mike, back here. So let them have it here.
Yeah, if they score from 90 yards, fair enough. But yeah, they're knocking it around the back fairly nicely. It's all very pleasant, but not really much bark. Sorry, not much bite to this bark for Horley.
Yeah, the patience and the discipline of Farnham is paying off. You can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Win the second.
Well mopped up there by Kinsella, and he wins the foul. But there was a situation there where Joe, he's had a few balls played over the top to him down that left-hand side, and he's nodded quite a few away. He's read the danger pretty well, and yeah, he's not really been tested huge amounts going the other way. But when he plays for you, Daryl, does Joe often push on the other way? Does he look to provide goals?
Yeah, I mean, he scored one against Woking in I think it was 94th minute, with 3-2 down. Ball was played into Joe, and he's taken it on one-on-one with the keeper, then just delicately chipped the keeper for a 3-3. Sort of confidence and that you wouldn't expect from such a young kid, but he's his ability to be able to read a game is one of his strong points, and you were saying that he's been beaten once or twice, or they've tried to play the ball over his head. What he hasn't done is ever been beaten by one of them yet, and that's comes back to that.
Just under 15 minutes to go here in the first half. The Town lead 1-0 against Horley. A goal from Owen Dean. And Owen Dean's about to get on the ball again here. Oh no, Charlie doesn't decide to pass it out there, although he was gesturing to Owen to make the run. And Farnham moving it around nicely now. Sermon slots it in for Charlie. Oh, and it's just a little bit overhit. He was onside as well. He's made a few of those off-the-shoulder runs and been flagged, but that time he was on. But the pass from Sermon was potentially a yard or so overhit, and the keeper claims safely.
Disciplined, but I know good phase of play there by Farnham.
Horley coming forward there. Slide ball inside the right channel for them. The number 9's holding it up well. Sam Swan's pushing him into the corner. And it's well closed down there by Kai. Good sort of dual defending there. But it's played back in very quickly.
Yeah. Swanee shadowed him out really well there.
Number 4 looks to shoot from range, and it's 3 or 4 yards wide. Nice hit, but never really troubling Pat. And by and large, you'd be happy to let shots from 30 yards come your way. You'd back yourself, especially with a keeper of Pat's quality. And it's good that Farnham are sort of limiting, this Horley Town side with a lot of first-team players to opportunities like that. Early on, they had a couple where they got maybe a little bit close to goal, and Pat made a few good saves, but probably in the last 10 or so minutes, they've been really limited to efforts and range.
Yeah, that's due to discipline, good patience from Farnham that's limiting them to those long-range shots, Mike. So yeah, I think Jono and the team will be happy with that.
Another raking ball over the top. And Harry does well to nudge his defender out, attacker out of the way. And it goes straight through to Pat. Again, that'll give him a little bit of confidence. Pat looks to play it long, up to Lewis. He can't quite get the flick onto Kai. Really good play from the Horley number 7, although big Mike Kinsella taking no prisoners there as he slides in and kicks the ball out of play. But really well done from the Horley 7 there. Beat 2 or 3 different challenges.
Maybe that's where it's going to take a bit of individual brilliance to try and break us through at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment the Farnham defensive block has been pretty good. You know, it hasn't really been a clear-cut opportunity for Horley. Pat's made a couple of saves from the edge of the box, but nothing you wouldn't define as terribly difficult. As Farnham look to play it long here, but again, slightly overhit. The Horley defenders close off the runs well and they recycle possession.
Yeah, just 5 yards too far for Kai and Charlie chasing through. But the idea was right again.
Yeah, I imagine, ooh, and Horley have the ball here at the edge of the box. It's played through. And it's in. It's in a goal for Horley, pretty much out of nothing. Fairly innocuous ball was played through there, and it just fell to the feet of the number 11. He slid in the number 9. He was through on goal, and he managed to bend it round Pat Nash. And like I said, out of nothing, Horley have acquired a goal back here and have pulled themselves level.
Yeah, there'll be some questions asked here. Mike Seller is looking not happy with a few things, but it's come from a long ball forward from us where we've maybe not pressed it in that final area, and the ball comes straight through the middle. Eluded Sam Swan, Harry at the back there for an unfortunate tap into the right-hand corner of Pat Nash.
Yeah, the Farnham first team haven't conceded that many goals this season, only 5 in league and cup. That's the 6th. But it'd be a good test for this young back line. You know, test of their character. Can they bounce back from this? Can they shore up shop, and can we go and get a second? Composure for there from Joe. Potentially the wrong decision there to go long. Had Kai out here on the left in acres of space.
Yeah. You could see where he was looking to try and do that dynamic pass there through to Charlie, but maybe it was an opportunity there for the sit on the ball, recycle it, and just feel a little bit.
Again, Horley looking to get in behind down this left channel. But Harry Davis manages to force them backwards. Now Farnham looking to break here.
Shea on the ball.
Shea on the ball. Plays it out wide to Tanner. Shea making the run in behind. Takes the runner with him. Flahy clips it over the top, but
Still in.
She's kept it in.
What?
Seriously?
The linesman's flagged it for off, but both management teams below me are telling us that it was in. Definitely looked like it stayed in from our angle. So Shea can be a little bit hard done by there. He felt like he did really well to keep that in, but Farnham have had a chance there denied.
Hard done by. It was about 4 yards in.
Come on, boys, just figure a way out of that corner then.
They've penned Horley in there nonetheless. Sermon wins the header well. Farnham midfield there caught out, and Horley looks to attack. Great challenge there from Harry Davis to deny a cross.
Yeah, held him up well, seized the opportunity there, got it out. Time for us to reset.
About 7 or so minutes left of the first half, plus any additional time that the officials wish to add on, but there haven't been many stoppages besides the 2 goals. Farnham Town 1, Horley Town 1. Referee has given a handball there against the Horley attacker, and Farnham can regroup here.
You can see there's a little bit of frustration settling in with the Farnham team. They just want it to stick that little bit, Mike, and you know, you can see that from that where there's some new faces in the team that it's not quite flowing as well as it would normal, but that's to be said. So fingers crossed we'll see how the last couple of minutes go, and then fingers crossed we'll come out in the second half really strong.
Yeah, since his goal, we haven't really seen a huge amount of Owen Dean in this game. He's been kept pretty quiet down that right-hand side. Most of Farnham's attacks have come down this left. As Kai Tanner is adjudged to have fouled his opponent there, interestingly. But they've taken a quick free kick and have given away the ball. Flatty plays it round the corner for Kai. Kai Tanner now driving in at the heart of the defence. He just overruns it, but he manages to maintain possession. Flatman shoots, and it's well wide. Had a defender closing him down. Looked to strike it first time from about 25 yards. But probably best saying he made a real hash of that one.
Yeah, you could see that Kai maybe held on to it. Just that one touch too many there.
Yeah, but that was an opportunity for Kai there. One-on-one with his defender to drive, try and beat him or make space and find a teammate in the box for a potential shot. But as you say, just potentially overran that one a little bit.
Yeah.
As Horley come forward, but they've gone backwards there. They had runners ahead of them looking to get in behind, but they've come backwards. But this is a sort of a staple of their game so far. You know, they've knocked it around in the defence and with the defensive midfield, and look to move the Farnham team from side to side and wait for the space. And they pop it into midfield here with the number 10. He finds a teammate in space. It slid down that left-hand side again. It's cut across the box, but that's probably the 4th or 5th time that Horley have looked to make a cut back down that left-hand side. And every time there isn't a striker making a run, and Pat's there to safely claim. Sooner or later, the striker is going to make the right run there. And Farnham need to be alive to that.
Yeah, that's the bit that would cause John a headache at the moment. You can see the overlap, and I don't know if that's due to the fact of the attacking prowess of Owen Dean there. Sometimes you're left exposed on that right-hand side. So we can see that they're doubling up on us on that right-hand side. So Harry's going to win that header, and then that third man running is just coming in behind. So hopefully we'll look to try and fix that solution in the next phases, or at least at half-time. Jono will definitely have a word. Yeah,
we're closing in on half-time, about 4 or so minutes, and any additional time that's added. Farnham level as it stands of Horley Town in the first round of the Premier Challenge Cup, 1-1. The opening goal was scored by Farnham. Cross from Kai Tanner, headed in at the back post by Owen Dean. It's just not coming off for Farnham in the attacking phase at the moment.
See what Toby's doing sometimes, yeah? Just going inside. Just giving us another man. Yeah, that's it. Love that. Come on.
Decent attendance tonight here at the Memorial Ground. Probably looks like it's close to 200. The stand's pretty full, and behind the clock end there's a lot of support, which is nice to see. You know, for a game that, you know, it wouldn't be defined as Farnham's priority competition, the Premier Challenge Cup, but you know, every game is meaningful in its own way, and we'll be looking to win this one. And there's a good support here for a lot of our young players looking to make an impact tonight, and hopefully they do so.
Yeah, not only that, you know, it shows the support of everyone right through the core, but you've got to look at there's some Champions League matches going on tonight as well, so some people would choose to stay at home, but you can see that the die-hard clock enders and other boys are out there supporting.
Yeah, pretty sure lads. Man United are playing tonight. Not sure, I don't think Arsenal are, but yeah, a lot of big clubs in the Champions League. That'll divert people's attention. But yeah, good attendance tonight. Don't know how many people are watching along online. Hopefully a decent amount there. So we thank you guys for tuning in and listening along to us. As Farnham now look to break, and Charlie Postance has got the ball. Can't quite find Kai. It was the right idea, but didn't quite get enough on it to beat the retreating defender. Yeah, it's gone from front to back very quickly for Horley, and Harry Davis there has put the ball into touch. And another potential long throw here for Horley. They've had a couple of these and have looked fairly dangerous from these sorts of opportunities. Yeah, Flatty's run there, which I don't think Charlie's seen, was open on the right hand side. So you know, great opportunity for Kai on the left hand on the back post, but Flatty's run just on the outside of him was open there. So I think
little bit disappointed with that one.
Yeah, potential missed opportunity there for Farnham, but they've managed to clear the throw-in to halfway in their own half. But Kinsella mops up the rest. But the second balls are really falling for Horley at the moment. They just seem to be in the right place at the right time as it comes back out to this right-hand side. It's back out there again. The cross looks to come in. It's in, and it's well headed away by Kinsella. Really good defending there in the end. But again, another corner here for Farnham to defend. That's probably the fifth or sixth corner, I think, that Horley have had. Don't remember them getting a header at goal or a shot at goal from one of these opportunities, but you keep handing them opportunities from set pieces to do it, and they will eventually find a player. Will that be this opportunity?
Well, we hope not. But you know, you're right. We've got to try and stop these these diagonal balls that are coming in and cutting us in half slightly. So
minutes go to half time as well. Wouldn't want to concede now, and it's somehow cleared. It took a couple ricochets, but it's away, and Flatman plays it out and upfield. No one up there, but a good opportunity for Farnham to get back into their shape.
Good opportunity for shape realignment here and to go again.
Don't mind you kicking it if you have to.
Horley slowing it down. Potentially, maybe they're ready for half time as well. And they would have taken this. They've played well. They've got a goal. They're not behind in the game, so they'll definitely be coming out here in the second half. You know, eager to go and grab the win. But they're coming forward here now, and Kinsella's been beaten. He's been on the turn, but Harry Davis manages to just get it away, and then gets in a big block from a well-struck half volley. But it's blocked behind for a corner as we eep into added time. Here at the Memorial Ground in the first half. This is probably going to be the last action of the half, but it's another corner for Horley, and they'll be looking to put Pat Nash and the Farnham goal under significant pressure here.
Time for us to set, take control, understand what your roles and responsibilities are at this set piece.
Are you a zonal manager? Are you a man-to-man manager at set pieces?
I'm pretty zonal. I have about. I think you have to dictate. The first one is definitely zonal, and then after that you have to assess the situation from there. So we set up, and then I hand over to my goalkeeper then to just to boss that area.
Well, the corner didn't beat the first man, but Horley had the opportunity to put it back in again and again. Another dreadful cross. And now Farnham have the ball just inside their own half with a throw in. They've gone backwards, and can't imagine there's a huge amount of time left. Pat plays it out straight to a Horley player. That was potentially not a wise move, but Farnham bring the ball back out again, and Sermon finds Goddard out here on this left side. He looks to play the ball round, but again, probably not the right angle. Probably need to play a little bit wider for Charlie, but the right idea, definitely the right idea.
Yeah, and you don't want frustration building up at this precise moment. Well done.
Well done there, Sam Swan. Was stood up against his opposition there, didn't let him roll him, stuck a foot in, won the ball back, textbook defending.
I can feel the tension in Jono and Jimmy's persona here with we're not protecting the ball. Every time we're getting the ball, we're giving it away really, really quickly. So at this precise moment in time, you can see, I think that's going to be the messaging given at half-time, is when we do have the ball, let's look after it. Let's try and build momentum with it.
Yeah, I think both sides will probably be feeling the same, that they haven't quite made the most of the possession when they've had it. Haven't quite tested each other's keepers enough. And Owen Dean, who hasn't really been seen for the last 20 minutes, has found himself on the ball and has forced a corner as we enter the 3rd minute of injury time in this first half. Again, not really sure where all these stoppages have come from, but you know, we'll take the opportunity to put the ball back in the box and make an opportunity to score.
Well, we did have that first injury with the hamstring.
Of course.
And then the substitution from there,
forgot.
So within the first couple of minutes there, so I think that's coming.
Kai Tanner's going out to take this, and Farnham have lost a lot of their height with the introduction of a number of the youth players, but in Charlie Postance you have a big physical presence. In Michael Kinsella you have another big physical presence. Maybe one of them will get the head on this, but it's a poor corner. It doesn't beat the first man, and Farnham will be ruining that one. But Shea picks it up well. Good switch out to Joe on this left side. Can't quite bring it into stride, but he brings it down now. The Horley defender tackles him, and that's half time. And Farnham go in at the break 1-1 with Horley Town in the Premier Challenge Cup first round. You know, the performance has been okay. I think that Farnham definitely haven't, you know, maybe played up to their potential, especially the senior players involved. You know, they've a lot of mishit passes or overhit passes, not quite tested the keeper enough. But now some of your boys, the 4 that are starting, I feel like there's been a lot of positives from some of their performances.
Yeah, definitely some positives, but also some areas that some of these guys will look back and think, could I have done better? Could I have done this? And I think that's the way they look at it. They'll not in a horrible way. They just want to look after themselves. They want to seize this opportunity, and sometimes that pressure and putting yourself under that additional pressure will, unfortunately allow you to make those mistakes, or you start to overthink situations. And when you get time on the ball at this level, you want to be able to protect it. You want to be able to recycle it and look to see if we can introduce a phase of play, bring in the maturity of the older players. If we can't, what can we do with it? And at the moment, you can see some of the inexperience of the younger ones are just playing it into a 7-11 channel or trying to play it into Charlie up front, and it's not quite sticking and putting Farnham straight back under pressure. Yeah. So I think hopefully Jimmy will give the guys that little bit of a nod to say, look, he's impressed, they're doing okay, we're not losing this, we're still in it, and you're doing yourselves proud. So just relax and enjoy it is the most important.
Well, as we go into the second half, substitutions will become more prevalent. We've got 4 more of your development squad on the bench. What can they offer off the bench? You know, how can they impact the game? What would you be looking for from them coming into this one?
Well, you need that impact player straight away. With the likes of Toby and Raoul coming off the bench, you've definitely got impact there. If you're looking for someone to come on and shore it up in the midfield, or someone to just take that little bit of, emphasis out of the game, you've got Jack to come on and do that, and then Toby, who offers that presence in and on the back. So we've got cover. I think Jono's got cover throughout the pitch there. But yeah, I think with the likes of Toby and with and Raoul up front, you've got opportunities for goals there for sure.
Got any penalty takers among them on the bench? Obviously, as we mentioned, tonight's game goes straight to penalty shootout after 90 minutes if it is a draw. So do Toby, Raoul, any of those guys, they take penalties?
Yeah, Toby definitely has had a couple for me last season and this season. And Raoul this year has taken 2 penalties, scored them both. The defending side of it, which is obviously Jack and Toby, not so much, but I wouldn't bet against their belief that they would happily take one, and I feel confident, right? You get that opportunity, the first thing you want to do is believe in yourself that you're going to score it right from those 12 yards.
Well, half time here, Farnham Town 1, Horley Town 1. It's been a competitive game, a game of probably very little attacking quality and clear-cut opportunities that have been created, but the game is in the balance. Both sides will go out and look to win it in the second half. We'll join you again maybe in about 10 minutes or so time when the players come back out. changes in the balance. Both teams will be looking to go on and get the win. And progress to the second round of the Premier Challenge Cup. Farnham 1, Horley 1. Straight to penalties after 90 minutes if it's a draw, which is some extra excitement potentially on the table for those watching and those in the stadium tonight. Doesn't appear to be any changes for either side as it stands, although we expect that to change as the half draws on. But yeah, Darryl, if you're the manager of Farnham Town right now, what would you be telling your players?
I just think, happy you're coming in with, not under. But most importantly, the biggest thing you have to do is when you get hold of the ball, keep hold of it, protect the ball, feel confident on it, because every time they've had the ball so far, apart from the goal, we've had 1-2 touches and then given it away. So it's all about protecting it. I think Jono's going to emphasise that, is the fact that when we get hold of that ball, you've got to protect it, because without the ball, it's going to be a very difficult game and a long evening for us.
Yeah, we stepped out of the gantry to get a drink and chat to the guys, and yeah, I think John definitely echoed what you just said there. And when we move it forward, it just feels a little bit rushed in the final third. Trying to force a pass. I think Farnham definitely need to maybe take a breather and slow it down and look to build their opportunities in a more calculated fashion. We've got another 45 minutes here at the Memorial Ground. Horley are kicking off there, kicking towards the clock end after winning the toss and deciding to enforce a switch of ends. So Farnham will be kicking towards the far end, which is unusual for them to do in the second half. Although they did do that in the final of the Southern Combination Cup back in May, when Owen Dean sealed his hat-trick with a 124th minute header down that end. Which resulted in a large pitch invasion at full time. That was a fun evening, and moments like that are what some of your boys, Darryl, will be looking to replicate in this game and hopefully games to come.
Yeah, not only replicate that, but come out all up firing on all cylinders there. I can definitely tell. Being around Jono for a good few months now, that you've done stuff for fools. And I think now he wants people. You've had your 45 minutes to settle into this game. Now let's get out there and show you and prove your worth.
Yeah, especially going forward for Farnham in the likes of Charlie, who was the Premier Division South top scorer last season for Abbey Rangers. Lewis Flatman, he scored over 30 goals last year. Owen Dean, had over 10 goals. There's definitely goals in this Farnham team. They just need to take their time with their approach and look to build attacks sustainably. But there we see another long ball forward into a channel where no one's running after it, and that was a bit of a staple of the first half, and hopefully we don't see any more of that.
Yeah, we want to try and build pressure now, build the ball, build it from the back.
Horley here coming forward, driving at the Farnham defence. Harry Davis comes across to clear well, and it's hooked away by Joe Goddard.
Early pressure for Horley here. They settled into it again straight away. But you can see that they settled into it, right? Because they play together week in, week out, right?
Yeah, clip ball in there, headed away by Harry Davis, and it's now with Owen Dean, who looks to go to the feet of Charlie. He turns the corner, potentially overran his touch, but well defended there by the Horley number 6. Charlie is someone that has possibly been starved of starts in the Farnham first team. A little bit unlucky as well. He started the game against Crowborough in the FA Cup, but had to get taken off after we had a red card in a tactical switch. He's impressed off the bench, scored a number of goals off the bench. I think he's got 5, 4 of which off the bench. So tonight is an opportunity for him to get back on the score sheet and put himself in the frame of mind of the manager.
By Kai and Joe.
And Kai's beating his man, cuts it back. Oh! And Matthew Sermon, he scuffs the shot. He had the goal at his mercy as Kai Tanner drove into the box and cut it back, more or less on the penalty spot.
Great link play there by Joe and Kai down that left-hand side.
Yeah, Matt, who himself has been, starved of opportunities in the first team because of the depth of squad that we have. That would have been a great opportunity for him to, remind the management team of what he can offer. But he'll be wishing he could have that one back as he scuffed the finish. And again, a poor clearance has been intercepted by Owen Dean. It's into Charlie Postons, who turns and shoots, but through the legs of the defender, but dragged well wide of the Horley goal. But this is promising from Farnham. Yeah,
much better, much better. Boys are looking after it, protecting it, more dynamic when they get hold of it. So yeah, John will be happy with the start of the second half. 3 minutes in, possession. We're looking after it, and looking to try and do things with it.
Yeah, Farnham definitely starting a little bit brighter than what they did in the first half. So potentially, maybe Paul Johnson and Jimmy Hibbert gave them a few things to action early here in the second half. It's hooked forward. Oh, but Joe misreads the flight of the ball there, and it's presented Horley with an opportunity to push forward, but they go backwards as Cayetano covers well to force them back.
A little evening dew on the pitch that skidded off there didn't help Joe. Recovered well.
Yeah, a bit of that evening dew. You see the ball maybe zip out a little bit more. Reverse pass there, in behind, but Sam Swan covering the run well and Pat Nash out to smother the ball and nullify any potential danger. He looks to zip it out here straight away to Owen Dean. Controls it well. Well pressed there by the Horley defender.
Yeah, first touch by Owen was great. Should have looked into Harry there, was calling. Could have then tried to recycle it rather than going out.
Big long ball from Horley. Haven't gone direct like that much in this game. They've really looked to sort of build their attacks. Oh, good turn there from Lewis. He finds Owen Dean. Clipped ball forward for Cayetano. No, that probably wasn't the right idea. He should have looked to potentially bring that into his own stride as he'd beaten the offside trap. He certainly tried a little cute flick round the corner for Charlie, but it was well read by the Horley defence. And it's moments like that we spoke about during half-time where Farnham are probably trying to do a Hollywood pass or try something a bit too extravagant. They should try and simplify things a little bit more.
Yeah, great play there. Great shadowing by.
Well done from Kai again there to win the ball back, and Farnham are driving. Shea. Oh, he nearly finds Charlie again. Right idea, but well read by the Horley defence.
Just got to be careful here, Kai. Kai's got a little bit of a red mist seeing through there. He's already on a yellow from that. What we like to call a footballing incident earlier. What we don't want him to do is leave one on someone now and then accidentally get that second yellow.
Kai, definitely a very passionate and enthusiastic footballer. Obviously has long links to the Farnham Town Football Club. Family roots. He'll love every minute he's out there wearing the claret and blue. But he doesn't want to have his night cut short with a silly sending off.
No, I totally agree. But he'll try and constant that. But it'll come. The timings are here.
Oh, that was a very, very dangerous challenge. I let rip of a Gary Neville ooh there, interestingly. Matt Sermon writhing around on the floor. Hopefully he's not hurt too badly. He's had a few bad ones in the past for Farnham. But that really was a horror challenge. Foot well above the ball, studs showing. Matt definitely got to the ball first.
It's a red card.
And it's a red card for the Horley number 9, I think. Horley number 9. Josh Alder has been taken off there. Oh, is it? Oh, they might have changed the line. Sorry, Cameron Ayabor has been sent off there for Horley Town for a reckless challenge on Matthew Sermon, who's receiving treatment on the floor. Hopefully it's not too bad. He's on his haunches here. He'll probably come off and get some more treatment, but I think for Matt's sake, we're very happy that it doesn't look like it's a very serious one, but Farnham now presented with the opportunity to really assert their dominance on this game with a man advantage, and well over 35 minutes still to play.
Yeah, now it's time for us to settle into it and really dominate this one-man advantage now. Horrific challenge. Luckily, he seems to be walking off with no further injuries here, but let's have a little look, see how it plays out, but not a very nice challenger.
Pat plays it short to Kinsella.
Ref's asking us to have another go at this.
On the restart, Pat comes the other way now to Harry Davis. A bit of space in front of him. Drives inside. Keeps the ball. Needs to find a pass now. He's doing well. He's still got it.
Still got all of it.
Oh, and he's just muscled off the ball there. It was a great run, but needed to find a teammate there. Potentially needed to pick his head up. But it was the first opportunity he's probably had to come the other way tonight. He's been tested a lot defensively by the Horley wingers. But good to see he's got that side of his game as well.
Yeah, you can hear the messaging come from the bench now is to relax, take advantage of the situation. Let's now start with a ball possession. Yeah, but Harry should have looked. He had 2 or 3 opportunities there to play in Owen on the right-hand side. Oh, lazy.
Poor pass from Flatman looking for Sermon, and Horley can counter. It's played into the channel. Sam Swan looking to close it down. And he does really well, wins the ball back, and Farnham are driving forward here. Flatty drives the ball in. Again, potentially rushed. Didn't need to rush it. But Farnham have an opportunity there to sort of build from this now with a throw-in. And for Lewis Flatman, you know, with a man advantage, he's going to be the man that is going to probably look to get on the ball, find the pass, dictate the play. You know, he's got that quality with the ball at his feet to make things happen.
Yeah, and you can hear now that even from the bench, they want to keep it moving, build into the confidence of the ball, bring in the younger players, and then
that pay in the final third. Good tackle there from Harry Davis to win the ball. Matthew Sermon spreads it well to Joe Gollard out here on the left side. He plays it into Charlie Postons, who can't quite bring it into his touch. It was a nice little pass into him. But yeah, he'll be ruining that touch. With an opportunity there to bring it down and potentially manufacture a chance.
Well, we looked at that straight from Harry winning that ball into Shea, played it into Joe Goddard, and then we're nearly in with, if it weren't for that touch by Charlie, we're in there.
Got to win it. Yeah, nice. Again, we're trying to force it forward. We're trying to go from front to back a little bit too quick here. With a man advantage, we don't need to do that. As it looks like Shea has put in a dangerous tackle there, and the referee is going to add into the book. Potentially a booking-worthy tackle as a substitution here for Horley Town. They're making a change following the red card.
Yeah, whilst you're looking at that there, Mike, you can see that the yellow card came from Shea. Absolutely, you know, the ball, played it in the corner. We lost possession, trying to get it back. So then he's just trying to keep going and winning that ball, when actually if we'd played the simple ball, we don't get frustrated and make that challenge. So he'll be disappointed, but good opportunity to learn from.
Yeah, ahead of the free kick here for the visitors there. They are making a change. Leaving the field is number 10, Josh Rapsam, and he is being replaced by 14, Scott Walker. But we've got a dead ball here on the right-hand side, you know, 30 to 35 yards out. You know, they've sent a lot of men forward. Looks like 4 or 5 in the box. And in the first half, they peppered the box with set pieces. As we touched on a few times in the first half, didn't quite get the chance, but they'll look to here as the ball comes in. It's a much better delivery. It's headed over the Farnham goal. Looks like by Sam Swan there, and he's won pretty much every header that's been available to him.
Yeah. Well, I think that's one of his attributes, but also I think it's right place, right time. Being able to be confident and putting your head in the line. But I don't think John will be happy and Jimmy will be happy with the fact that we've got ourselves into this position. You know, we were very confident first 5 to 10 minutes with the ball. Last couple
Corner
of minutes
comes in for Horley. And again, it's well headed away, and I think it's that man again, Sam Swan. Actually, I think it was Owen Dean this time. They all have the same haircut, looking at it from about 40 yards away.
The use of today, eh?
Yeah, but the Horley side, they have a throw in now, pretty much on the edge of the 18-yard box, and they play it short, looking to again deliver the ball into the box, and it does come in. Pat calls for it. He jumps, he catches it. Now Farnham looks to break. Owen Dean has acres of space in front of him. Driving forward, needs some support. He takes it on around the outside. needs some support there alongside him, but he wins the throw.
He's got us something, which is happy. He did have the support from Shea, but yeah, he's done really well. Good. That transition from straight from Pat Nash to the final third.
Can send a few players forward here and try and manufacture an opportunity. It looks like Lewis Flatman is going to be taking the throw. He does have a long throw on him. Farnham's primary long throw expert, Guy Hollis, not involved tonight as he still comes back from the knee injury suffered in pre-season. But Lewis Flatman's a capable understudy as he looks to launch it into the box. It's flicked on there by Charlie and
corner ball
post, and it's been flipped behind for a corner. Looked like the keeper was, probably going to safely grasp that, but the defender at the near post didn't want to take any chances and nods it behind for a corner. And Farnham have the opportunity now to put the ball into the mix of themselves. Yeah,
let's see if we can have a bit of quality here. See if we can use this, take advantage of this situation.
All the big men are up. Again, it's a poor corner, but it's made its way through somehow. But Horley knock it away. Farnham will be very disappointed with the quality of that delivery from Kai. He's much better than that, but that's a couple of corners now he's put in that have been poor. And Horley looked to counter here, and they've got him around the back. Ball comes across the front. Pat, very positive goalkeeping to parry it away out of the path of the striker, who had an open goal if it had made its way to him.
It's a counter-attack.
But the game is stretched. The game is stretched. But Matt Sermon couldn't find Kai Tanner, who was streaking through the midfield. That was a big opportunity, and you could see him afterwards distraught with himself for not putting enough on that pass. And
I think
if the right pass was made, Kai was in.
Yeah, I think you can see that they're trying to force that final intricate pass when actually, can we recycle it? Can we look in for that additional runners coming off the front man? But yeah, you see the frustration building, but hopefully that will turn into a positive.
We've now hit the hour mark in the first half. It's still Farnham Town 1, Horley Town 1. The visitors are down to 10 men after a poor challenge on Matthew Sermon, was rewarded with a straight red card. And that happened roughly about 10 minutes ago. So Farnham will be playing with a man advantage for a lot of this second half. But potentially getting to that stage now where if you're Paul Johnson or Jimmy Hibbert, you're looking at the bench and thinking, what can the guys on the bench offer me that we haven't already had?
That's a great ball by Joe.
Into Charlie. He's beaten his man. He shoots. And it's in. It's off the post and it's in. It ricocheted off the keeper. Bounced off the post, a man sliding in on the line, looked to clear it. It evaded him as well. And Charlie Postance has another goal to add to his Farnham Town tally this season.
An assist from Joe Goddard coming down the wing there, played him in. Great ball over the top. So I think Joe will be over the moon with that.
Yeah, it was great to see him pushing forward and offering something to the Farnham Town attacks. He's defended capably throughout the game and has now provided a great assist there for Charlie, who scores, I believe, his 6th goal of the season for Farnham Town, potentially his 7th. I lose count these days. But Charlie will be very happy with that. He hasn't started a huge amount of games, but he started tonight. He's got a goal and restored Farnham's 1-goal lead.
I think we have to look at this point now as positive. It's positive, the first team players that are here are ticking over. They've got some right minutes under their belt. They're scoring goals, and we've got that blend between youth now. So it's looking good. Let's fingers crossed we can now finish this off.
And with the man advantage as well, and the goal advantage now, Farnham can really make that ball work and do the heavy lifting for them. Pot shot there from distance for Horley. Well struck, but Pat Nash could see it all the way and goes down to claim it really well and looks to take the life out of the game. But he plays it out wide pretty quickly to Harry Davis into Matthew Sermon. Yeah, he's not quite found the pass there, but again, the Horley pass is equally poor.
We're trying to force it again.
Yeah, both sides looking to go from front to back very quickly. And in Farnham's case now, with the extra man, they don't need to do that. They can move it around, move around the midfield and look to tire out the opposition that way. Matt Sermon there does well to win the ball back and moves it out wide to Harry. Plays it into Owen, the man at his back. He turns out of it brilliantly. Can't believe he's done that.
He's done really well.
Referee play on as he was dragged down.
4v3, yeah. Flat
in. And it's a third for Farnham.
Charlie back post.
Lewis Flatman will be thinking how he didn't score, but the keeper managed to parry it into the path of Charlie Postance, who bags his 2nd goal in virtually as many minutes. and Farnham Town are now 3-1 to the good with an extra man. And now we're thinking that they can't really lose it now.
Substitution coming on. Looks like Toby Sherman making his first team debut. 16-year-old.
Looks like Rouse coming on as well, I think.
Yes. No, that's Jack Knight.
Oh, excuse me.
Michael, well done. Keep offering that when we get it. Even if you ain't getting it, you're great taking it.
Yeah, Farnham 3-1 to the good now. Charlie Postant's there netting his 7th, potentially 8th of the season, depending on what he was coming on into the game. But yeah, another really nice move there from Farnham. First change here for Farnham Town. Harry Davis leaving the field. He's been replaced by Toby Sherman. Thank you, Daryl. And Shay Fahey's coming off as well. And he is replaced by Jack Knight. So a change there. Looks like Toby Sherman's coming in at right back and Jack Knight's going into midfield. Daryl, tell us about those two players.
So Jack will come in there and just shore it up. We'll give the opportunity for the lads to just play a little bit more football. Very different player to Shay. He's more defensive. He's the holding player for us. So we should give that little bit of competency just in front and protection in front of the back four. Toby, you know, solid, very solid. A little bit different from Harry. Harry can be a bit dynamic going forward. Toby's your no-nonsense right back.
Yeah, Harry, I thought, acquitted himself well in the 65 minutes that he played. Showed what he was capable of going forward. You know, played a role in the goal right at the start of the move there. You know, he can be very proud of his performance. As can Shay. You know, he'll be looking back and thinking that he did a good job tonight. And hopefully the guys coming in for them do the same. But Darryl, I'll be keen to get your thoughts on how you as a manager would look to approach the game. Let's say you are the Horley management team. You're down by a couple of goals. You've got a man down. What would you be telling your team now? I
think it's a free hit, right? Let's not try and sit back, try and invite pressure. When we get the opportunities, can we just try and do something a little bit different? You know, you're only playing with that one man on top, so when you do have that opportunity, it's got to be ruthless. It's got to go in there, it's got to stick, and then you've got to try and look for that third man running. But at the moment, you can see that the ball is just going forward, it's bouncing straight back, and you ain't going to build any pressure on that, and you're looking for that little bit of luck. And you've got to believe in your system, in midfield and defence, because that's the bit that's got to maintain its level. And hopefully you'll get some luck up front. Then that's the only thing really you can look for.
And then flipping the switch. Let's say you're in the Farnham dugout right now. You're 2 goals to the good. You've got an extra man. How are you instructing your team to sort of see this game out?
Patience, discipline, and also looking to try and game management now. This is the opportunity. We've got sort of 20-odd minutes. Don't do anything stupid. Don't put us under unwanted pressure, because the next goal's key, right? If we get the goal, it becomes plain sailing. And if they get something here with 10 men, sometimes that can shift and give them the opportunity and try and get them push on us. But yeah, so that's what I'd be offering in that situation.
Great challenge there from Kinsella down the right channel to deny a potential cross. He's been good tonight, along with that young back line alongside him. But as you say, Horley now with a little bit of a free hit. You know, they're a man down, nothing to lose. Might as well throw men forward and see what you can create as the ball comes in.
I would love to. I don't know the age of Kinsella, but I would like to say my left back and right back here of maximum age of 32.
I think Mike's 29, so he's nearly got him.
He's nearly got him.
Crazy that 29 is the experienced head, but Charlie Postans has nodded it into the path of Lewis Flatman. He swivels, he finds Kai, and it's currently 2-on-2. He drives it at the box, and he scores! Kai Tanner has found the bottom corner, and it's a 4 for Farnham Town. A really excellent counter-attack from the hosts here. The ball was played up to top. Charlie Postans nodded it round the corner to Lewis Flatman. He swiveled and found Kai Tanner on the left, who drove at his defender and beat him on the outside and found the bottom corner with a left-footed strike. And Darryl, that's exactly what you were talking about in terms of trying to see the game out and take the opportunities when they come.
And now there's your opportunity for that couple of changes. I would say John O's now most probably going to look to bring the 2 younger lads on, give them an opportunity. Whether or not it happens straight away, but this is the confidence that Kai Tanner and Charlie is going to want. Every opportunity they've had, they're good goals. They're not goals that they've they're just tap-ins. They've had to work for them, but also it brings up that confidence
Well,
from
looking
there.
down at the touchline below us, the two lads you're talking about have both been sent to warm up. Toby Snell and Raoul de Bunsden. Hopefully they come on in the next couple of minutes. Two forwards. Toby was your top scorer last year, I think.
Yeah, attacking midfielder, brings a lot, energy, for sure. And Raoul only signed for us this year. Come in from just outside Tong, wasn't really enjoying his football there.
But he's got a few goals already.
Oh
hasn't he?
yeah, he scored some great goals, some great goals by him and Frankie, who should have been here today, apart from due to injury. So yeah, it's exciting stuff, and they'll get their opportunity now. And what a way to come on! You're 4-1 up with a man down. This is your opportunity to maybe seize and get a goal for the first team, right?
The Horley Town wide man there is offside. Looked tight. He finished it well into the far corner, but was adjudged to be offside as that ball came across the face of goal. But a really nice finish.
Yeah, flag went up early. The boys seen it. They did stop. So yeah, that's good.
Our visitors here are now making a change at 4-1 down. Coming on is number 12, Jack Poplar. I'll tell you who he's replacing once I can see the back of his shirt.
Looks like a 6 for me.
Number 6, Ben Drake has left the field. Looks like a change in defence there for Horley. At 4-1 down, probably looking to give players that haven't played much of them in the league the experience and minutes tonight. But as we've touched on a few times, Horley have done really well in the league, and a lot of first-team players out here for them tonight. They're 4th in our league in the Combined Counties Premier Division South. They've had a few good results. But they've not really had the opportunities to score a number of goals. As Pat Nash there is booked, I wasn't even looking at him, so I don't know what he's done. Any ideas, Daryl?
He was waiting for the whistle, and then took it a little bit late. So he's giving it there for a little bit of time wasting. But I didn't see it myself.
Yeah, the interesting decision from the referee to book.
And he's also
booked Paul Johnson there for a comment. I mean, you've got to be, wired in a certain way to book a goalkeeper on the winning side of a 4-1 lead for time wasting, which is interesting enough. But there we are. 25 minutes gone in this second half, so we've got roughly 20 minutes to go plus injury time, of which there'll be a lot for that time wasting incident, I'm sure. But yeah, Farnham now, all the confidence in the world, a few changes, a few fresh legs. Why not maybe go make it 5 or 6?
Well, let's say what a confidence boost as well for the young lads coming in, because it would have been a bit of pressure for them, Mike, tonight coming in thinking, Farnham 100% record apart from that FA Cup to Step 3 team at Chesham. So it's big boots to fill, and they've come in and done a job.
Farnham now here on the attack. Out wide to Goddard, he crosses it in. Owen Dean heads. And it's just over. Made a great run across the face of his defender, who was flat-footed, but his header was potentially a yard over the bar. But yeah, a great opportunity there.
And nearly another assist from Joe Goddard.
Yeah, he's definitely making an impact in the attacking third since the man advantage was handed to Farnham. And yeah, that'll do in the world of good. I think you guys have a game tomorrow. Am I right?
Yeah, we've got a game tomorrow against East Grinstead in the Suburban Cup. Be nice for us to try and take today's momentum. Some of the boys tonight will be playing. Some of them will be rested. Again, I'll be doing the same tomorrow, trying to give some opportunities. But yeah, so good. It's a great standard of football. Great standard of football that we're playing in for a development team as well.
Yeah, how big is that step? I mean, obviously you won the Suburban League last year, the tier that you guys were in, and moved into now a level with a number of full-time outfits.
I'd say it's a massive step, and the reason why I say that is we'll watch this and then I'll finish that off while the boys protect the ball. So yeah, the step is quite big, and the reason I say that, we played Aldershot in the Mike Bead Cup, which we have tomorrow in the first round, 4-4, and went to penalties. And we thought, I tell you what, we can compete, but we competed on one day. You have to do that week in, week out, and that's the difficult thing that we've got is being able to maintain that. And the difference is we train for 2 hours a week. These guys are training Monday to Friday, 8 hours a day, and they're full-time. They're full-time National League Step 1 academies that we're competing with. But yeah, we're holding our own. Boys are enjoying it. Of course, we'd like to get a few more positive results, but that'll come over time. They're just falling into it, and fingers crossed, a few more positive results. Opportunities like tonight will give them confidence moving into that league, and we'll hopefully take that momentum forward. You know, Mike?
Yeah, as a development team manager, I guess your sort of primary job is to develop the talent that you have and make them sort of first team ready. And we're seeing tonight, 4 from the start, 2 that have just come on, members of your squad that have come in and acquitted themselves as if they've been there all season.
That as well, and what you have to look at, Mike, I think the most positive thing we have to take from tonight. Yes, they've mixed it. This Horley team is 4th in that Step 5 league and is doing okay in that league, and therefore where they've come on. They've not looked out of place. They have not looked out of place, and that's a really positive spin that we need to take. But the opportunity that the club is offering, everybody we've had in the press, everyone's saying, oh yeah, money this, buy that, but it just proves here that the opportunities that we are trying to develop this young talent coming through to give them the opportunity.
And this game has come at a good time in terms of providing opportunities to players that haven't necessarily played as much. Farnham are dealing with a few injuries. In the win at Fleet on the weekend, it looks like we've lost both Shamal Edwards and Jack Dean to potentially multiple month ankle injuries, which is not ideal. And we're already dealing with a number of injuries, especially at the back. Tom Smith has a fractured wrist. He's probably going to be out for the rest of the month. Guy Hollis has missed the entire season so far with an MCL sprain. He potentially could be back at the end of October. So we've seen a lot of 23s players in defence tonight, and a lot of them have impressed. So potentially there's an opportunity for them to...
Owen Dean's in here. Penalty.
Potentially there's an opportunity for the likes of Joe Goddard and Harry Davis and Toby Sherman there below us to get a run in the first team or get a game, with injuries at full-back especially. Yeah,
and that's what we need, strength in depth, right? And if they can come in and they feel confident in situations like that, and they're called upon in the league to be able to do a job for Jimmy and Jono, that's good. But also what we need is, we know that the standard that the boys are having for recovery when our first team players are coming back, they're going to need minutes, right? So they've got to have an opportunity to be able to get 60, 70, 80 minutes week in, week out. And when you're recovering from an injury, you can't do that all the time at first team football when you're trying to maintain the level of winning the league and going far in these cups. So it is an opportunity that we've got to have to try and give that mix.
Yeah, and especially at Step 5 level, the opportunity to have 5 subs is big. You can name a full bench and they can all get on. So if a number of the youth team players were given the opportunity on the bench, we're not limited to just bringing 3 on and leaving 2 out. They can all come on and play a role at a certain stage. And we've seen throughout this season so far that Jono and Jimmy are definitely ones to use their full bench if they have it available to them.
It's unlucky. You can see the boys are trying to play that opportunities there. Jack, disappointed with his touch.
That's well dealt with by Pat Nash there. Ball over the top. It looked to evade the Farnham defence, and the Horley attacker potentially had a yard on everyone else. But Pat Nash came out and dealt with it well.
What a key learning point there for Jack. We've had to build up a pressure. We've taken control of the ball. It's played into him. Rather than him protecting the ball, he's tried to flick it round the corner, and the counter-attacks happen. So it looks like we've got some subs here.
15 minutes to go in the second half. Farnham are making their final 2 subs, and it is the 2 attackers that are coming on. Leaving the field now is number 9, Charlie Postance, and Raoul de Bunsden is coming on in his place, and also Matthew Sermon is coming off, and Toby Snell is going on for him. Good opportunity for these guys now. We've got a few goals in us. We're making chances. Toby and Raoul will be looking to hopefully get their names on the score sheet as well.
Yes, definitely. But this is it, right? This is it. A full show of hand by Jono, brought in 9 development team players, played 8 of them, 1 as the spare goalkeeper on the bench. So what more can you ask? This is a phenomenal opportunity, and the boys hopefully will do him proud.
Yeah, absolutely. Horley now looking to shift it wide. Kai now one-on-one with the Horley fullback. Looks to show him down the outside. He closes down the cross well and forces a corner.
Yeah, Kai Tanner did well there. Just shadowing out.
Well, barring a late flurry of goals, it looks like we probably won't need a penalty shootout tonight, which is good. We can all go home at a normal time. But that could all change here if Horley can get a goal quickly, and they have a corner and they're sending everyone up pretty much. But again, it doesn't beat the first man. It's been the case of both sides, to be honest.
Frustrating as a manager.
That had very poor set piece delivery, and as you say, Daryl, management teams will be pulling their hair out when you're offered an opportunity like that to put the ball in the box and you can't even beat the first man. Yeah,
looking down at their management line, they've been pulling their hair out for a while. There's not much left on top.
That's a great shot. Great save there from Pat Nash. A shot out of nothing, but the number 14 there for Horley, fancied his luck, nothing to play for at this stage. And nearly caught Pat Nash off his line, but the young keeper made an excellent stop to tip it over for another corner. Yeah. And hopefully this one beats the first man if you're the Horley management staff.
Yeah, one for Pat Nash, highlight reel there for sure.
Well out there, well headed out. Looks like that was
Raoul, yeah.
Raoul, yeah. Second phase is still alive, but well closed down by Kinsella, and Farnham are on the counter. Oh, it's just scuffed the pass there. Look like Toby there in midfield, just scuffed it. Right idea.
Yeah. He'll be frustrated with that first sort of opportunity of him being on the ball.
Yeah, it looked like a 3-on-2 was in the making there for Farnham, going the other way. Again, Pat Nash very vocal at the back to claim that ball. Interestingly there, from the corner, Farnham had a man on both posts. Is that what you typically look to do from corners? How do you look to set up?
No, I don't have anybody on the corner, on the posts, and I just have one that just sits off where you'd see Flatty just off the front post there to head away. I think you get more. The keeper, you'd expect the keeper to do anything from there. So yeah, we don't do that. But that, once again, that changes, right? That's how we look to set up. But if we see the game situation or it dictates that they're heavy on the posts, and we're seeing.
Flatty's tried to lob the keeper there from the touchline. It is the first team Horley keeper. He was definitely not going to be caught out by that one.
Yeah.
As he caught it with consummate ease. As we close in now, we're inside the last 10 minutes of the game. Farnham now 4-1 to the good. The game changed with that sending off early in the second half. Really reckless challenge on Matt Sermon, who thankfully wasn't hurt by it. But Horley are now coming forward.
That's good recovery by Toby. And Pat Nash there, take his time now, take it out of it. It's good recovery by Toby Sherman. What can we do here?
Pat's just cut across that one, and the left back for Horley has managed to win the header. But Farnham have a throw in of their own, just inside their own half.
Can we look inside?
And indeed now driving forward. He slid it into Raoul, trapped it well. Now needs some support. Comes back to Toby Sherman, and it moves around the back now. That's good possession there from Farnham. Don't need to rush it, don't need to force a pass. Slow the build-up down and wait for the opportunity to present itself.
He's tried that
challenge there.
Yeah.
That shot was so tame that Pat's been able to control it with his foot.
And you can see that the boys are trying to build that confidence, the development boys, Toby and Jack there playing in the middle where you've lost that little bit of seniority with the lads come off now. They're trying to do that, but it's a great play by Joe. And he plays in Kaitane. He's on for his hat-trick, I think.
Right idea, but no, Kai's only just got the one tonight. Owen's got one, Charlie two, who's off now, and Kai got the other one.
Got offside here. Definitely some areas for concern for Jono in the first sort of 35 minutes, but looking where we are now in the second half, it's been quite comfortable, and the boys have stepped up to the challenge, I think, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, we can't ignore the red card. That obviously was a big factor in the game, but the boys have definitely settled in the second half, especially after we retook the lead. The composure seems to be there, and for a group of lads who, by and large, haven't played a lot together, as Joe Goddard really does well to win that free kick. That was a real veteran bit of defending there, stepping across and taking the contact. He did really well there. But yeah, this Farnham side right now, I think out on the pitch we have seven of your development squad out on the field of play right now. And they don't look like they're out of their depth at all.
No, which is quite nice, quite refreshing to hear. Like you said, the 10-man did help that situation, but we've come in and we've got to do something about it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And given the emphasis that the Farnham side have to win the league and do well in the Vars, we're not really hiding from those two aspects. Progression in this cup into the second round will again give us the opportunity to hand more minutes to all the lads that are out here playing, and even those that weren't involved tonight that could be involved at another time from your squad. No,
that's right, and that's what we need. We need that opportunity, that opportunity to come through and show Jono and everyone. But it's building in confidence. You can see the difference in Joel. After sort of 60, 70 minutes, he's playing the ball out. He's falling into the game. He's feeling comfortable. Whereas the other guys now are just taking that little bit of time. Oh, as you can see there by Jack. Normally that is a simple ball. But
I'm trying to rack my head to think back to when some of these boys would have had opportunities before. I think Sam might have been involved in a couple of squads 2 seasons ago. But the rest of the development squad players that have been involved tonight, I don't think have had a first team opportunity before. So they would have been nervous coming into it, as you'd expect. But if that opportunity comes their way again, they know what it feels like. They've been in that environment, and they won't feel that bad about it.
Yes, definitely.
And that's
a great challenge.
It was very physical that from Owen Dean, who does like lunging in to tackles. But he won the ball. The Horley management staff have lost their heads. And Farnham on the attack, and Owen Dean cuts it back to the edge of the box. Kaitana beats his man. Ooh, and it's cleared away. Definitely got a bit feisty there.
It was a great challenge, actually. When you look through it, unfortunately, is 50-50.
Yeah, the referee had a good look at it. It was a strong challenge. Owen Dean definitely put his all into it, but as you said, he won the ball cleanly. He might have got a bit of the man after the fact, but once you win the ball very clean, and you're not really endangering the opponent, you can't really complain too much about the decision. But it looks like the number 16 there for Horley, as we'll be able to shake off that knock, hopefully.
Yeah, shake it off. But also you got to see it's a build-up of frustration. They're not happy that, what a dent in their pride. They put out a really strong side. They've come here trying to nick something, get a result, and they've actually been schooled. Even though that they're the first sort of second half after that, the possession, they were 2-up before the red card happened. So you got to look at it from there.
Into the closing exchanges here. I think maybe 2 or 3 minutes to go before added time, of which there might be a bit. There was the red card. We've had 3 goals. Some time wasting from Pat Nash for some reason.
And I would say 10 subs.
Yeah, a lot of subs. So yeah, potentially another 5 or so minutes to be added on as well. So a little bit more football to come. But Farnham, by and large, can be very happy with their performance tonight. A lot of new faces, a lot of young blood. Have acquitted themselves well, and yeah, they'll be buoyed of confidence going into not only Saturday's game against Tadley, but the next round of this competition, where you'd imagine more development team players will feature.
Well, they haven't done themselves any harm, that's for sure.
Horley now here attacking down the left. Toby Sherman shepherds him well. Cross comes in, but no one's there. Farnham now could counter. Owen Dean hooks it around the corner for Rowell. Can't quite bring it under his spell, but he chases down the defence. Looking at Rowell there, he's a big boy. Maybe not as big as Charlie, but similar sort of style of play.
Yeah, so it's 1-for-1 there, isn't it? It's a pretty easy change.
Horley are in here. Pat Nash has slipped, but he's cut off the angle well enough to force.
He's
force
given
the
a
shot
corner
wide,
there.
but he's given a corner, and we're right down the line of that shot, and we don't really see how that's given us a corner. I don't think Pat got a touch on it, but
he'll take it if it's a great
yeah,
save and it's gone for a corner.
Save and it, go on the highlight reels. But Horley have taken it short there, looked to catch Farnham off guard. It's played to the edge of the box. He looks to shoot. It's well blocked by Kinsella. Loves getting in the face of the ball. And now Kai Tanner can break here for Farnham. Shifts inside. Owen Dean.
Oh, he's got to go in.
He just.
It was on the right hand side. We should have just let that run across his body.
Yeah. The Farnham have it again here, and it's 4 on 3. Owen Dean's been slid in. Kai Tanner's free at the back post. But he can't beat the challenge. But potentially a bit of weary legs there. Maybe an Owen Dean after 10 minutes would have been able to skip past that challenge. But maybe after 89, didn't quite have the gas in the tank. And Horley have the ball in space. Again, it's moved out to the wide right for them. But an overhit pass.
Time to recycle, reset now.
And
Last minute now, I'd say, of normal time.
Yeah, we're just about to hit the 90. As we touched on, I'd imagine there might be 4 or 5 minutes of injury time for the different things. And Farnham are really trying to slow the ball now and sort of coast their way through to full time. No need to rush anything. Although they played a lovely ball over the top, and Owen Dean has he beat the offside track, but didn't really want to contest that one.
Be thinking, I suppose, the team be thinking about man of the matches and who's been your standout performers from today.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip that straight around to you, Darryl, as the football man here, and a lot of your boys have been out there. Who has impressed the most for you?
I mean, apart from the goal scorers in themselves and the attacking prowess, I think Joe Goddard's had a great solid game. Sam Swan's had a solid game. I think they're the two standout for me that have happened from the development side of it. Mm-hmm. But I think everybody's done well. But for me, I think Joe and Sam Swan have been the standout players for me, really.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Obviously, Joe got a really nice assist into Charlie for one of his goals, as Horley looked to clip the ball over Pat Nash and into his net, but it's probably about a yard or two over the bar. It was definitely on if it was weighted right, but just a little bit off there. But just going back to our standouts this evening, yeah, I think Joe, he's done really well, got the assist. Probably should have had another one, Owen Dean header, just over the bar. And really, defensively, he's not really had a big issue. As Farnham look to break here, and again it's sort of 4 on 3.
It's good play, good ball possession. This.
Yeah, it doesn't quite materialise, but the ideas were there. And yeah, as you say, Sam at the heart of the defence alongside Kinsella has done really well. Has been a big presence from set pieces. Aerially has done well. Has made a few good challenges. But to be honest, I don't really want to single out any of the young lads. I think they've all acquitted themselves well. They've all played a strong part in what has been a pretty comprehensive Farnham win this evening against a Horley side with a lot of their first team players involved, and that are fourth in our league. So it would have been a good test, and that's some shoulder to shoulder. That is.
Welcome to the game, right? Welcome to adult football.
Yeah, that was a get on your weight sort of thing from Soccer AM back in the day, and Horley are driving forward. He's come to the edge of the box. He's dropped a shoulder. He shoots. It's well blocked. And he's out for another corner, and Farnham are going to be tested again here as we go into the 3rd minute of injury time. Again, can't be much longer to play. But Horley have a chance here to make the scoreline a little bit more respectable, get a consolation goal and take something away.
Yeah, be disappointed to concede now if you're the manager. John will be disappointed to see if anything came from this.
Yeah, well closed down there again from Farnham, and they will take a lot out of this game, I think. Oh, and Horley are breaking through again. Again, a decent effort, not quite on target. It goes over the bar, but as we touched on at the start of the game, Farnham travel to Horley next weekend in the league. This is a good learning experience for them and the management team for the patterns of play that Horley like to do, the tactical changes, some of the individuals on show. And hopefully there's a lot we can take into that game next Saturday as we look to extend our good league form. But before that one, we've got Tadley on the weekend and Naphill midweek, both at home. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting October as we, look to see this game out here. 94 minutes on the clock. Horley just knocking it around the back.
Which would be happy for them to do that right now, you know what I mean? In 95th minute, 4-1 up. Let them have it.
Yeah, 100%.
Let them have it.
Yeah, again, overhit pass in
Time to
behind.
kill it.
That's been a tale of this afternoon, this evening. Sorry, a lot of overhit passes in behind. Good ball into the channel, and Rao looks to get onto it. Probably would have liked to have seen him give a bit on that one, but
yeah,
maybe a touch overhit. Swirl red there by Toby. He's beaten his man. Probably needs to find a cross. And the refs awarded a free kick there. Potentially Toby just overran that one, but good positive play.
Yeah, positive play, get in the areas, try and kill the play. Should have maybe tried to protect it a little bit, maybe a touch before. But, once again, be confident on the ball.
And that is the end of the game. It finishes Farnham Town 4, Horley Town 1 in the Premier Challenge Cup first round. It was a Farnham side that was littered with a number of Darrell's impressive and young development squad, and they've stood up to the test this evening and then some as Farnham run out 4-1 winners.
Yeah, great result. Positive performances all round, and a good way to finish a good evening of football.
Couldn't agree more. Farnham Town start October with a win, and now they look forward towards league action. They host Tadley Caleva this Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff back here at the Memorial Ground. We hope to see as many of you there as possible. But thank you for joining us this evening, and hope you've enjoyed another superb Farnham Town performance. And we will see you again very soon.